Hey everybody, it's Patty here for the reading for Capricorn for the month of October 2017. I did my prayers, cut the cards, and I laid out a spread. We're going to be using the Tarot of the Orishas and the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. I'm trying to see if I can get more messages, more variations of messages for various people, more general messages if I can. But we just see what happens. We have to be obedient to Spirit and see what Spirit says. So, anyway, Capricorn, first card in your reading was the Three of Water. Okay. This talks about family. All right. Talks about being concerned about family. All right. It's talking about working together as a community, being united. All right. The next card that you got was the air, messages from the air. Okay, so what this was saying to me is that you're waiting to hear a message about family. Okay, that or messages from family are not getting through because it came out across, so it could be that you're getting messages about family that are having you concerned, or you haven't been able to get through to a family member. So now the cards that came up for these cards in the reading from the Rider-Waite deck was the Two of Wands, okay, and that came up with the Three of Water, and the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Those came up with the air element. So what that said to me is that there's a lot of love, first of all, going on in this reading. And for some of you, you're concerned. This is the first set, so this is the same card, same message that goes along with the first one. You're concerned about friends and family, okay? You're very concerned about friends and family, and there's some confusion, okay? The Wheel of Fortune, rather, in reverse. There's some confusion going on there. All right, you're not getting the messages, or the messages are not clear, so communications are down. And you're worried about your family, you're worried about your friends. Messages is giving you might be wanting to go to see about your family and your to visit your family, to check on them, to see what's going on, and you're trying to make a decision whether or not to go. Okay. You don't know what to expect, right? This talks about things haven't been turned upside down, okay? Unexpected events, incompetence, failure of leadership. This also talks about not knowing where to begin, not knowing where to start. and you really think that you want to go and check for yourself. You're really thinking about going there and going and seeing about your families. Okay, so I guess what this reading is about people who have been affected by the hurricanes. That's why the air element is this way, all right? And messages and air. The air and water is being stirred. The air is stirring the water. And that's a hurricane, isn't it? So the water's rising up, turns around. Okay, you don't know. It's late, I'm tired, and I haven't been feeling well. So thank you very much. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm just trying to do my best here. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in and listening and watching and sharing and subscribing. I really appreciate it. Anyway, the next card that you got after that was the Six of Air. Six of Air. This talks about going on a trip as a group, maybe like a pilgrimage, going to visit, going on vacation, overseas, over water. It could be to somewhere that's an island, a beach, but it's going as a group, okay? And the card that came along with that was the Seven of Cups. Up, Seven of Cups, not reverse. So I think what this is saying is that you're going to go. You're not sure what you're going to do. You're not sure. There are a lot of things going on. There are a lot of options. You really don't know what to expect. You do know that you're going to have to make a decision, but you really don't know what to do. You really don't know what to do. You just know that you want to go and you want to help. And so you may be going as part of a church group, organization, or business people, or just a group of family members. Some of you all could just decide that you're going to just go down there. It's either to go to Puerto Rico, St. Croix, St. Thomas, Florida, Texas, somewhere. But there's some place that's been affected by the hurricanes, and you want to go. You are going to go. You don't know how you're going to help, but you're going to help. And you don't know what you're going to find when you get there, because you really haven't heard a lot because of the problems with the electricity and the just getting messages. There's no cell service in most places at this point. Okay, so the next card that came up in the reading here was the Three of Fire. Okay, now the Three of Fire talks about a lot of valuable things, a lot of assets and money. Okay, this also talks about influential people. Okay, it talks about a lot of wealth. Okay, influential people, influential organizations. Well, yeah, lots of pride, lots of pride. That's what it is. Lots of pride. This is a fire sign. This also talks about a fire sign, but it's just a lot of pride, a lot of work, a lot to show for the efforts. Okay, influential people interested in the situation. A lot of money available, a lot of money changing hands. Now, the next card that you got here was the Five of Pentacles. So again, this is again talking about money, right? But it also is talking about people who are being left out in the cold or have to leave their homes. All right, the money is there, but they don't seem to have access to it. All right, they can't reach it. It's passing them by. Right? Okay, so between those two cards, I'm confusing you all, right? I'm sorry, I don't mean to. This seems like there's a refugee situation. People are being displaced. There's lots of money that in the past has gone to these type of efforts because this is in the past. This is a Celtic cross setup. All right, so that is another thing that I should have said, and I'm sorry. So this is really in the past. So in the past, situations like this come up, and there are organizations and people with power and influence behind it, with money to help address these issues. Last month and the month before that, we had the same type of, not the same type of thing, Capricorn, not at all. This is different. But your readings seem to be more about business and money and as time goes on, I'm gonna find out the exact good descriptive word for you, Capricorn. I know I had a friend that I used to refer to him as the ambassador because he could go places and talk to people of any stripe, just smooth. He could raise money and things like that. That's the kind of person that Capricorn seems to have that type of energy, but at the same time, they're very standoffish and kind of keep to themselves. But at the same time, they can put on that charm and they're good fundraisers. I tell you, they know how to move money. They know how to deal with money. They're good. They have good business minds, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, they know how to run a business. They know how to make ends meet. They do know how to make ends meet. Okay. They acquire those skills. See, this is how I get in trouble. Rambling. All right. So, the next, the card that was over you, the thing that is got you mostly concerned. You have an Ace of Fire. Oh. Okay. I'm sorry about that, Capricorn. I don't know what is going on today. Nobody wants me to do this reading, apparently. Okay. So you got the Ace of Fire. All right. This talks about someone who's standing up for themselves, someone who is showing courage and strength. All right. This talks about representing yourself, your family, pride and strength, leadership. Stepping up to the plate, making decisions, protecting your home, protecting your assets, making profits. With the Ace of Fire, you got the Eight of Cups. Again, there's a lot of love in this reading here for you, Capricorn, this month, along with everything else. And so this is talking about you going ahead with the mission, okay? Going ahead, forging forward. Someone is speaking up on behalf of the family or on behalf of the people in the towns, the cities, islands, the states. Someone is being an advocate, showing courage, and they're going to go ahead. They're going ahead regardless of what the response is. They're going to go forward and stand up for what is right in this situation. Okay. Next card you got was Ace of Earth. Another ace. Another ace. Ace of Earth talks about home and land, pride, national pride, pride in the nation, pride of a people, pride of a people, people who are hardworking and proud. All right. Also talks about financial discussions and investments and decisions. Talks about building, reinforcement of structures, right? Employment, creating jobs, I guess. Stock market, I guess it would be, since it's the bull, all right? It also talks about someone who may be a Taurus. Taurus, Taurus. Taurus. Taurus, that's what it is, okay? A bull. Okay, so this is talking about that type of situation. And this was accompanied by the 5 of Cups. Again, more cups, more love, more love. But this is in the reverse. Okay, 5 of Cups in the reverse. Talks, all right, 5 of Cups in the reverse. Talks about this is something about lineages, histories. Could be talking about race. Someone challenging someone's inheritance, someone challenging someone's inheritance, someone's right to someone's rights. Someone challenging someone's rights, what they're entitled to. Challenging someone's ability, challenging people's abilities, their loyalties, challenging someone's love, challenging a people, challenging the people's love for their country, for their city, state, challenging a leader's love for their country, state, city. Challenging leaders' love for the people that they're supposed to be leading. Okay, the next card that came up was the 6 of Fire, reversed. 6 of Fire, reversed. Okay, this is, this shows like a group of people, and this is the upright. Okay, so this was like a group of people, a village. All right, bringing home someone, greeting a hero. But this is in the reverse. And this is the moon. Okay, the moon talks about secrets and wishes and dreams. It's reversed also. So it seems like someone who is a hero, returning. Someone who's returning. Okay, returning to the town, to the village. Returning, not getting the recognition that they should. And something else is overshadowing their heroism. Something else is overshadowing their accomplishments or trying to trying to cover over, overshadow this hero. Jealousy of someone else's notoriety. So okay. Well, this is a fire. This is a fire sign. This is a card is a fire sign, and there's a woman. So this person could be a Sagittarius. Could be a Virgo person also, even though, well, so maybe you have those people in your family that you're going to try to go and find where they are and save them, bring them back. You're going to go through some heroic measures. Okay, and it's going to be appreciated, but there's going to be something that's trying to silence or take away your the accolades, whatever praise that you're getting. There's something there that's trying to silence that. All right. It also talks about making mistakes, trifling mistakes, careless errors. Yeah. Careless errors, incompetence, dropping the ball, not knowing what they're doing. I want to say calling out things, like not behaving in a classy manner. You lie down with dogs, you get fleas type of thing. I guess this is supposed to be a lobster, but it put me in the mind of a crab. It put me in the mind of it's a lobster though, but it said crab to me as I'm looking at this card in reverse. But there's someone who's jealous of the recognition that you will be getting when you go to help. When you go to help and things are not in place or not being done right, or the resources that have usually been coming in the past aren't there, and people are being displaced, having to leave their homes, having to travel away from where they're from. And if you get there and you start speaking out, or someone is there and they start speaking out, it's not going to be well received by certain people, and they're going to try to squash your questions, your opposition, your calling out. The next card, sorry, you're over here. Next card that we got here was the Four of Earth. Four of Earth. This talks about organizing, leadership, okay, managing, supervising something, overseeing operations, all right, overseeing things. All right, this is stubborn, steadfast. All right, again, on top of money, staying on top of the money. All right, staying on top of the money, see what is, what's being expected. Pretty much going in alone, or at least stepping up to the plate. Stepping up to the plate. The card that the Rider-Waite deck gave that went along with that was Two of Swords. Two of Swords talks about decisions, choices, looking for something, trying to locate something. So I think these two cards together is talking about trying to locate resources, looking for resources, different avenues, different opportunities, different sources to fund projects. Different source, looking for different means to fund projects in regards to the cleanup, the restoration in the areas that have been affected mostly by the hurricanes. So the next card is the Guardian Angels. Let's see. All right, so this talks about the guardian angels, the divine, the ancestors. They're watching and they are protecting people. Their balance will be brought. Balance will be brought to this situation. Fairness also. It's about fairness. And this is the Six of Cups. More love, lots of love. And that is, remembering how things were, nostalgia, family, bringing things to family, bringing gifts, bringing things to family to help, protecting family, resources for family. So I guess what this is talking about is bringing balance, protection to a situation, and nurturing, restoring, and rebuilding families, towns, homes, some organizing things. God is at work in this situation. God is going to bring balance. This is a Temperance card in the regular tarot, and that would be talking about having patience. But I think, I wouldn't want to say patience. This is a life and death situation, but I guess they just want everybody to remain calm. I guess that's what it is. Everybody to remain calm, and balance will be brought back to the situation, because there are people who are on their way there. There are people who have family there, who care, who love you, those affected by the storm. I'm going to say this has to do with the islands, with Puerto Rico, St. Croix, St. Thomas, all of those nations, Barbuda, Cuba, all of those places that were in the big water that was affected. Lots of water. Oh, jeez, help us, Lord. Anyway, there are people who are looking at the situation, and there are people who are philanthropists, people who are investors, people who are just family and just who love and who are concerned and worried and scared, that are working together. And it seems that you, Capricorn is going to be a leader. You're going to be part of this effort, or you're going to take a leadership position, some of you, in these efforts across these stricken areas, but especially if you have to go to Puerto Rico. I believe that this is what this is about. And the last card, that Message from Fire, but it's reversed. And the other card that we got was, the Ten of Swords. But that was reversed too. So, what this is saying to me is to let you know that the mess, there will be, this situation will end. It's going to take a long time. There are going to be some painful moments, but there's a lot of love being sent your way, Puerto Rico. That's what it is. It's Puerto Rico. There's a lot of love there, and there is going to be a recovery. This talks about grace and kindness. All right. Don't despair. Don't despair. Remember, many lives have been saved. Many lives have been saved. Many lives have been spared. Okay, so Capricorn, you are going to go and be a hero, along with a whole bunch of other heroes. Just be careful, because there are people who are going to be jealous of your notoriety, of your when you step up to the plate. There's going to be people who are going to feel that your recognition for what you do is going to somehow take away from recognition from what they do. At the bottom of the deck in this reading, when I was taking the cards out to start the reading from the bag that they normally stay in, this was the card that showed up first. As soon as I pulled it out, when I opened the bag and looked, this was the card at the bottom of the deck. So I decided I was going to hold on to that, because it stuck out to me. And normally, I wouldn't even notice it, I don't think, but I noticed that. And then the bottom of the deck, when I did the Tarot of the Orishas card, was Eshu. Eshu in the reverse. All right? Now, Eshu is the path opener. Okay? He's comparable to Eshu or Elegba in the Ifa tradition. He's opportunities, paths, makes a way. But he's also a trickster. But he came in the reverse at the bottom of the deck, okay? And a lot of people mistakenly associate him with Lucifer, with the devil. So, to me, it seems like paths are being closed. Something is being stopped or delayed. And the card that came out at the bottom of the Rider-Waite deck, when I finished doing that spread, was the Magician. So, and now this is about some devil, some devil slowing progress, slowing down access, okay, paths, blocking. Some devil, even though they have everything, they have all the tools that they need to address this situation, like the Magician does, right? And like I said, Elegba, Eshu, is a trickster, even in the reverse. So this is talking about someone blocking something, and this is something that has to do with the weather, the hurricanes, and this is probably talking about Puerto Rico. This could even be talking about the mayor that was advocating on behalf of her constituents, people in the town surrounding her hometown, and crying out for assistance from the federal government and for the president to show some concern, some empathy. So that could have been her. That That could be this here. This person that's speaking up, but still going forward. Speaking up and going forward. Standing up for their people, their country. And not despairing. Having faith. But going forward. And someone being, yes, okay. So this is someone coming in as a hero, but their heroism, their courage being overshadowed by someone, hater. Okay, so, well, I guess somebody, I guess I could Google it later, find out what that mayor's, find out what her sign is, what her astrological sign. She could be a fire sign, definitely. She could be a Capricorn. She could be a fire sign, though. Lots of fire in this reading. Okay, so we're going to get some more information and direction. A message from the Conscious Spirit cards by Kim Dreyer. What else is there that Capricorn needs to be aware of? What is it that we, the American people, need to be aware of in this situation where our fellow citizens, our fellow Americans, our friends, our family members that have been devastated by these hurricanes and this last one that's in Puerto Rico? So many people are being just, it's amazing. And everybody's so worried. People want to go back and help. So, Creator, do you have any messages? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so wow, okay. All right, well, we got 4 cards here. We got a nurturing mother. I'm a protective spirit and reach out to all life with love and compassion. Got reach out. Got reach out. I reach out my hand and my heart to connect and unite with all of humanity. All right, so this again, talking about going to help, going to provide assistance, other people across the world, reaching out to unite in this effort to connect. Next card that we got was Third Eye Chakra. Third Eye Chakra. I see the wisdom of my higher self and apply this wisdom in my life. Okay, so this is about you, Capricorn, in this leadership position. Okay, leading the way, using your wisdom, your intuition, the gifts that you've been given to find the best way to address the challenges that you'll be coming up against when you, as you proceed in this effort. As the days and the weeks go on, you're going to need strength, you're going to need wisdom, and you're going to need intuition and faith. And the next message that we got from the Conscious Spirit deck was the Heart Chakra. Oh, I love myself and others unconditionally and nurture loving relationships. Okay, so this is about everybody, normal people, caring and showing their concern and empathy for the situation. Everybody's hearts are turned in the direction of Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, St. Thomas, St. Croix. Okay, and eyes of the world are watching also. So this is something that's a head and heart thing. We know what is right, and we know what we normally do, and we know what the United States is capable of. And it's just, the things that you think you know. Learn something new every day. But at the end of the day, the American people are going to step up to the plate like we always do. Yeah, ever the teacher, when you were a kid, and the substitute teacher would take over for your regular teacher. Some people would just act a fool. Other people would try to give the teacher some respect. It depends, I guess, on how new this new teacher was and how scared they were, or how scary looking they were, or how scared we were of them. Some people still tried to do the lesson plan that was left for them by the teacher who was out for that day or that week. And some students would participate and other students would be jackasses. But there's some people, I'm just saying it the way they're giving it to me. And I'm trying to get it out the right way. If the way that you judge someone is how they act when the teacher isn't there, how they act when their parents aren't around, how they act when there's no one in authority, and it's just up to them to do good and do the right thing, to be respectful, to behave themselves, to carry out the normal routines, whether they're teachers, mother, father, supervisor, whoever is there, whether they're there or not. You know what's supposed to happen. You know A, B, C, and D. There's an order of things. That's why we have rules. That's why we have laws. That's why we have procedures, customary procedures. And you also know that there are things that procedures that jump into place if there's an emergency. And there's also times that you just have to break the glass, and worry about it later because the house is on fire, the building is on fire. You don't have time to ask anybody's permission. You need to get up and go do the Heimlich maneuver on the person across from you in the restaurant. You can't be worried about whether or not you're going to get sued later on or whatever. This person is dying. They're turning blue. And so a decent human being gets up from their seat at the restaurant and goes over and tries to help the other person in the restaurant. This is who we are. This is not about countries, race. This is just human to human decency. You look out. When you see something and you can do something, then you do it. And imagine having the power to help so many people. Why wouldn't you take advantage of that? That is great when you do it. It's not just great to have them say you did it or have your flunky say you did it. It's about doing it. You get so much. Oh, but I guess you have to have something. There has to be a core, I guess, for you to either feel bad about a thing or to feel really good about accomplishing something. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to figure out sociopaths, really, honestly. Honest to God. But it's going to be okay. You know why? What I was saying to say this is that we know what to do. And we are America, whether we have a idiot in the White House, the guy from Weekend at Bernie's, propped up in a chair with a mop on his head. If you look from the outside, you'll think somebody's sitting there, but actually there's nothing there. It's a dummy or a dead body. We know what to do. We know what to do. Just like we knew what to do when your parents weren't home. Some people wreaked chaos, had beer parties, cake parties, and, had the living room couch out on the front lawn. And other people, you would never know their parents weren't around because everything ran smoothly and as usual. So we got to look at this situation, and until they get stuff figured out, who are we going to be, America? Are we going to allow ourselves to be paralyzed and to not being able to do what we normally do, the decent thing? Are we going to let this Robin and his hoods take over and represent us like this on the world stage, just like the mayors that said that they were going to participate, the mayors and governors in different states that said they were going to still participate in the climate agreements? We need to think about that ourselves, in our own communities, where we live, standing up and making sure that we put the check where the check needs to be, and not in somebody's greedy, grubby, corporate, billionaire buddy hands. The card that you got from the Romance Angel Oracle deck was calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. This is about praying, all of us praying together for our nation, for our fellow citizens, for the people of Puerto Rico, and the leaders there on the ground who are trying to do the best they can. All right. They don't know what to do. Some of them feel like they have to kiss up to get anything from the federal government. And others are like, you know what, whatever. Tell the truth and shame the devil, right? So anyway, so one more message for this situation, Capricorn. And this is going to be from the Iyanla Vanzant Until Today card. Let's see if there's any guidance, any instructions that we will be getting from about the situation. If you'd like a private reading with me, they are available. The information is in the description below. Send me an email at pbtarot7@gmail.com. You can also make donations to for my GoFundMe. Any amount would be really appreciated, so that I can get better equipment and get some help, so that I'll be able to do these readings in a more timely fashion. Wow. If I don't ask for what I want, the need will keep getting bigger. Wow. Ashe Gun. Until today, you may have thought you had to do it all alone. Just for the day, ask for what you need and know that it's okay to do so. So what the mayor was doing was asking for what she knew she needed, because if she didn't, the need was going to keep getting bigger. Come on. That's the message. That's what this is about. We got political today, but Capricorn, you got businessy, I got politically. That's not even a word, but you know what I'm saying. So we're having this conversation, you and I, Capricorn, and that's pretty interesting. I appreciate the opportunity to bring these messages to you. All right, and I also want you to seriously remember that we're here for one another, and that lots and lots and lots of prayers are being sent out for people in this situation, and that your prayers have been heard. Your prayers are going to be answered, and it's going to be okay. All right. When I was doing the reading, originally laying out the cards and looking at them before I started doing the recording, I kept hearing that song, Satan, we're going to tear your kingdom down. And I think that should be the mantra from here on in. We see what's going on. We see what these people are trying to do. You know, they can spend our dollars on them, but that we can't get our dimes back when it's time for us, right? People in Puerto Rico pay taxes just like we do. And guess what? They can vote as long as they're on the mainland. And now they're going to be on the mainland. They're going to be not just in Florida. They'll be in every city and town up and down the coast, for starters. And that might not make a big difference in some places, but it may make a big difference in others. And lots of those kids will be turning 18 by the time. The kids who are seniors now will be in their second year of college, right? They'll be eligible to vote if they aren't already. And if I was the DNC, I would make sure the week or two before the presidential election, or even the one in 2018, I would rent out cruise ships, or have cruise ships that are sympathetic to the resistance, backed up to Puerto Rico, St. Croix, St. Thomas, and give free rides long enough to get to New York or get onto any of the ports wherever you're registered and vote. If you need to go back to Puerto Rico, then they'll take you back. But that's what I would do. That's what I would do, because these people have lost their minds. And if he didn't know that Puerto Rico was a territory or a part of the United States, then chances are Russia hasn't had a chance to get into their voter rolls. There are no voter rolls in Puerto Rico because you can't vote there, right? So these would be the people, if I was a DNC, I'd be focusing on them. But this is just what I've been told to say. Or maybe some of that was me. But whatever it is. They take over anyway, regardless. So the line is blurred a lot of the time. My family will tell you. Anyway, Capricorn. Thank you so much for watching, for subscribing, for sharing, for your comments. Make your comments below. Let us know what's going on. Hopefully everybody's going to be safe if you're going to go, and I know you are. Be careful, be safe, and you're taking the love of a nation to our fellow citizens, and everything's going to be fine. Everything is going to be all right. We're going to pray. We're going to do our work. We're going to donate. We're going to open our hearts and our homes and our doors and our schools and everything else for these children and these families. Let's just hope that there's no more loss of life. You know, they can get the hospitals working again and get electricity to those places. I just don't understand what happened to just, you could drop supplies down in Syria and Afghanistan and all of these foreign nations under sniper fire. But you can't do this. You can't drop a pallet in a mountainous region of your own nation when there's no guns, there's no bombs, there's no nothing. You can't. Come on, helicopters. Lord Jesus. Anyway, we're gonna pray. We're gonna pray, and we're gonna stick together, and we're gonna make it through this test. There's a lesson in this, people, and the lesson in this is register and vote and be active in your community and stand up when you see some injustice. Don't stay quiet. Stand up. Be a hero. Be a lion. Be yourself. Be America. Be Americans. All right. Love you guys. And I'll talk to you all in November. Have a good Halloween. And Alafia. Ashe. Peace.